It was really sunny today, so I decided to go to this bit of the town to paint, as there's always interesting stuff that I like to paint, but it's always so windy. So I thought today would be a good day to go, considering how sunny it was. Although on the weather focus it was saying how it's 10 degrees but feels like 1 because of how windy it is. But surely it couldn't be that bad, because if I go out at 1 degree then it's basically not that cold. So I went here and immediately felt really bad because of how windy it was. I was trying to set up my tripod and my easel and they just blown away. And my bags, all my stuff just constantly getting blown away, and I just keep going back and forth picking up my stuff. Let me show you the preparation of the palette that I used today. I'm gonna be doing up this palette today. As you can see, it's pretty gross and it's not really very sturdy because you can fall very easily, so it's not very secure to use on location. I've gathered a few colors which I feel like would work well for myself, and let's put them into this palette. So these are Holbein cake color, like they are gouache, and I did put some magnets underneath so that it will kind of click on the palette. I'll show you what these colors are and how I will make them work. I've also got some magnetic watercolor tray. They are from Art Toolkit, and because they are not like, they can't attach to this bit, so I'm gonna put some magnets. This is a white that is a bit dirty, buff titanium, yellow ochre, and burnt sienna. So I think this will be the palette that I'll be bringing with me. It closes perfectly and still got plenty of space to mix color. I've done a bit of a swatch of what color that's possible to be made from this palette, and those are some really gorgeous color. When I bring such a limited palette, I love using a color that's quite strong and mix it with its complementary color, so that is kind of bluish green, I guess you can quite tell, and the complementary color of which would be red. And then you can see become really rich, dark, got so much, it's just got so much to them that any single color won't compare, which is part of the reason why I love to work from a limited palette. I feel like this is just a really nice set that I can bring with me when we are traveling. So I've just decided that it's better that I just carry on with my watercolor / gouache palette instead, to make my life much easier. I made a few sketches and eventually decided on one composition on a larger scale of paper. I'm really liking the color of this one, but as I'm working on a small sketchbook, so I can't really get as much details as I wanted. I've always wanted to try out this method of doing a sketch on location first and then use the sketch to paint oil later. But I've always kind of preferred to work with oil directly, which is a bit of a hassle because it's quite difficult to travel with oil, and especially considering how slow they dry. In a sense, quite glad that the place that I went today is so windy that I couldn't physically work with oil, that I had to try out the sketch first and paint in oil later approach. I'm in the middle of painting and it's actually turning to be a lot more abstract and in a different direction than I originally wanted, but I actually prefer it this way. Let me show you guys. I'm liking all the color and shapes and everything, and I'm very excited about how this is going. I feel that this way of painting is definitely a lot more similar. It's a lot more like the way I want to paint, so I'm very excited. Also, on my last video, I was using the oil stick that I only had a few color of, and excited news is that I've actually got a lot more color now to work with. I think adding the oil stick into my painting, not just at the end but throughout the process, is helping me to be more loose, which I really like. So I'll try to keep doing that, and I'll show you what color I got. I put the oil sticks in this box that Jackson's art has, and it's just quite a perfect size for some paper here. I feel like I probably almost got all the color I need, and I'm very excited and happy with it. Finished painting the sketch that I've done on location. I'm very happy that I've got to try out this process of sketching location first before working on a larger painting in the studio. This is a fantastic way to work because first of all, I won't need to bring heavy oil supplies out with me. And also it's much more portable and I don't need to worry about the oil painting being wet and being messed up on the way back home. A lot less mess as well, and I have less pressure to finish the painting in one go, so I can keep working on the final painting until it's done. So yeah, very happy with it. I think I might stick to this method going forward just so I can keep improving on it. And thanks for watching.